Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, turning your DSLR into a webcam. I'm going to show you two ways you can do this on my front yard photos and videos. Let's play that music.
They say you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. And no, I don't wanna be alone.
Well, hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great day as much as I am. Today I'm going to show you how to set your DSLR camera up, a few changes you need to make in the menu, also what other hardware that I'm going to be using, and also have a look at the software that I'm also going to use. There is actually two ways to actually do this, and it's either by the HDMI and you use a capture device, or via USB where you have to use a piece of software. So what we'll do first is check out the hardware. Right, dealing with the hardware first, well, the first thing you're going to need is a camera, and this is my D7500 Nikon, as I'm a Nikon user. The two procedures I'm going to show you, as far as I know, they work on all Nikons. I'm not too sure on Canon or Sony or any other make. You'll have to check this out. I have tried it out on the D500. I've also checked it out on a D330, I think it was, an older camera, and also a D5600. Sorry about that. The newer models of Nikon, like the Z series and the mirrorless, unfortunately I haven't got my hands on a camera yet to check it out, but I have been informed it works exactly the same. Another piece of equipment that I do use, hang on, here we go, is a tabletop tripod, as you can see here. I just find it a little bit easier having the camera right in front of me, in front of my screens while I'm recording. So that's what I'll be using there. I'll also be using a dummy battery. It is actually quite important to use one of these if you can get your hands on them. What you'll find is the battery, your normal battery in the camera, will actually drain away quite quickly because you are using live view, so it's using a lot of power. So it's just a handy tip. We're going to be using, first off, we're using a capture device. You can see this one I've got here in my hand. Also, all cameras normally do, makers of the cameras anyway, normally put the cables come with your camera anyway. Use the HDMI, which is the normal HDMI one end, and you've got a mini HDMI connection which goes into the camera. Also you can use the USB connection, which I'll be showing second. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to connect everything up, dive into the camera menu, and I'll show you the changes you need to make within the camera. Here we are inside the menu section of my camera. The first place you need to go is to movie shooting menu, over to microphone sensitivity, and switch the microphone off. If you're like me, you've already got a microphone connected up, you really don't need two of them running, so I just switched that off. Second place you need to go is to your setup menu. Scroll down until you come to HDMI. Press OK. Move over to Advanced. And where it says Live View on Screen Display, make sure that is off. Now when you get a video capture of the live view on your computer, you'll just have the live view. You won't have what's on the back of the camera in live view. That's with all the other little bits telling you what mode you're in and everything else. So they're the changes you need to do with inside your camera. Well, as you can see now, I'm in OBS. It's the software that I use to record my YouTube videos. What I'm going to show you here is how to get your capture from your DSLR camera. What you need to do is go to sources, go to video capture, add source. I'm going to name this one Nikon, and then you press add source and then go to FHD capture, and a couple of little changes I do actually make. I change it from default settings to custom settings in resolution and FPS type. Make sure it's on 920 by 1080, and I put the frame rate on highest and press done. Now, as you can see, the picture quality is a lot better when you're using a digital camera. Now what you can do is you can leave it as it is and play around with it like I'm doing here. I'll see if I can get the webcam to come back up. Sometimes it does. There we go. Let me just put this side by side. There we go. There's the two cameras. The one on the left is actually the DSLR camera, which you can see is a lot more vibrant. It's got a little bit of what I call oomph in the actual picture. As you can see on the right, you've got I'm using a webcam. I mean, the quality is pretty good, as you can see, but there doesn't seem to be that oomph, if you know what I mean. Now just remember, there's two other changes I do make to my camera. On the autofocus, I put it over to continuous, and I put it on face detection, so it keeps my face in focus at all times. Another change you can do, you don't have to. There's other little changes you can actually do within the camera. What I do is switch it over to video instead of using it as a normal camera, changing it over, the switch over to video. I find the settings work a lot better than if it's just the camera. So there are the two additional changes which I forgot to say. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disconnect the HDMI, reset everything, and then what I'm going to do is show you the way to do it with a USB cable. But this time you don't need any additional hardware like a video capture. All you have to do is put a USB cable from your camera into the back of the computer. I'll be back just in a sec and I can show you the additional software and how to set it up. Okay then, I've now taken out the HDMI cable and reset everything. What I've done is also I've connected up the USB cable from my camera down to my computer. Now I've already switched the camera on. I'll show you what you need to do first, I've just switched it off. I'll now switch it back on again. Once you get that message at the bottom right hand corner, that tells you that the camera and the computer are now connected. Now the program that I'll be using for this is called Digicam Control. Now this all depends on how fast your computer is. If you've got a high spec computer, it'll load in pretty quickly. As I'm running at the present OBS and running Digicam Control, it's not exactly affecting my performance at present. Now one of the advantages of using Digicam Control, as you can see, you've got all your settings from your camera, but also with Digicam Control you can actually change your settings. So I'm just going to see if I can get the light balance dead right. I have to probably knock it down another stop. Yeah, I'll do about right. So you can actually change your camera settings via your computer, via this program, which does help. Now to get live view up, you don't have to press the live view on the camera. All you do, top left hand corner, second button along. The first one is for capturing photos, the second one is for your live view. So just press that. The camera will now kick into gear, as you can see. Now for some strange and weird and wonderful reason, which I have no idea why, it is suggested that you actually shut the window down and then reopen a new window. It's supposed to improve the quality of your live view. To me, it doesn't make I don't think it makes an awful lot of difference, to be honest with you. Now you might see down the bottom you got a where my mouse is. Now you don't need that. That's actually to do with another part of the program. That's actually for focus stacking, which you can control from here. I'll talk about that a little bit later. You can also brighten it up a little bit, and like that, if you want to brighten it up. Over here on the right hand side you've got some controls. This one at the bottom will show you that the camera is flat, and this is the next best thing. My table's a little bit wonky, so next one up it'll be edge detection. So you just press it and you can see all your edges. That will actually freeze your frame like that. I'll unfreeze it. This is your grid, if you want to bring your grid up, if you're that fussy about it. Excuse me. These two will bring it in, the shot in and the shot out, and this will send it full screen, as you can see, which I don't use. Right, now you've got all this. Now there's one very important thing you can't do, and that is minimize any of this, because if you minimize it, unfortunately you can't, OBS won't pick it up. I'm just going to transfer us over to OBS. Now in OBS what you have to do is, it's slightly different when you use a video capture. If you use video capture, I'll just quickly show you. When you look for it, you'll find there's nothing there except for the webcam. It doesn't recognize the software. Now hopefully one day OBS can actually sort that little problem out, because it is actually a video capture. Unfortunately it doesn't recognize it. I'll just remove that, we don't need that. What you do have to do is go on Windows Capture, add source. I'll just change the name so I know what it is. Nick, gone. Add source. Where it says window, you're now going to look for the window, which is that one there, camera control, live view, D7500. Press that and press done. Now what it does in OBS, it actually brings up the window, as you can see, like that. Now obviously if you are doing a live stream, you don't want all this showing, so you can actually crop the image. If you press Alt on your keyboard, and then you can then crop the stream like that. Here we go. Let's just crop it down a bit, and there you go. And let's see if I get the webcam back up. It doesn't seem to want to know. Let me just double check, see if I can get it going. No, it's not gonna. It's playing around again. Unfortunately, I can't bring up the webcam again. And I can't put it side by side. But as you can see, it's not the best quality. Now the free using HDMI gives you a really good video capture. Using this by USB is second, but you do have a lot more control, so you can control the colour, the type of how you actually see the actual image. And lastly, using your webcam, but don't forget webcams, you can control these, but you haven't got a lot of control, shall we say. So there's the two ways that you can actually connect up your DSLR camera. I'm just going to reset everything, and I will give you my final thoughts and any other tips. So I'll be right back. Well, I'm coming to the end of my video. This is just my final thoughts on this. As I said in the last segment, it all depends what you're going to use this for. If you're using it for gaming, do you want to do it? Nah, you can do. It depends on what quality you're looking for. If you've got a good webcam anyway, would you be using this? Maybe, maybe not. Now, if you're on Facebook Live, now I've seen a few of the live TV on Facebook. I'm not talking about normal channels. I'm talking what people are putting out, like discussions and everything. You can actually connect this up where you can you might have two people talking and coming out on Facebook Live or even YouTube Live. I've seen a couple of them. By using your digital camera, you do have a lot more control, and the picture is a lot better. The two pieces of software, Digicam Control, is an absolute. I've had it for about 6 weeks now. Been experimenting with it, and I've had no problems with it. I have had a look round on the web, and unfortunately you do get people saying, oh, it's doing this to my camera, it's doing it. Well, I've had no problems whatsoever. I do intend to do some more tutorials on Digicam Control, focus stacking, how to use the astrophotography part, which I've had to go at a couple of times, and it is really good and it makes life so much easier. OBS, well, I think enough people know about OBS. It's a great piece of software. Again, I've never had any problems. The last update, and normally when you get updates you go, oh no, not updates. They made some minor changes on the last lot of updates, but to be honest with you, works beautiful. I had no problem whatsoever. Well, I'm just about to come to the end of this video, and it's getting rather late, as you might see by the clock hitting the bottom right hand corner there. If you like what I've done here, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel, press the old notification button, and every time I put some new videos up you'll get notification. If you've got any comments you would like to make about this video and its contents, please just drop a note, or even just want to say hi. In the description below I've got all the links for the software, also the hardware as well. So until next time, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. All the best.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me.